Fatality.
Morning. It's the morning rush. The 5:45 morning rush where everybody's impatient. No traffic is going any faster in front of me. I got this F-150 is just fucking whop, 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 whop. I gotta get ahead. I will get there faster than you. I used to be quite rammy. It's almost like more anxiety and more stress. You know, as I learned to get more chilled out as I got older, and I'm just like, you know what? Guarantee this guy behind me that's up my ass is going to Tim Hortons to sit in line for 15 minutes to get his coffee. It's just stupid. Dude, I officially sold all my cameras. I got smarter. So everybody was haggling me down. Or like, yeah, I had the 360 camera posted for $300, and then I had the GoPro listed for $200. And everybody's like, "Oh, I'll give you $100, or can I have the media mod for $100?" And I'm like, "No, I'm selling it as a package, yo. You get all or none." So everybody was like trying to get it for half price. So I'm like, all right. So I put the price up an extra $100 for both, and then I sold it for what I wanted. You idiots. Well, I actually sold the 360 camera for $300, which is what I was asking to the rental side of Brawler. So Boundless Bro bought it. Hopefully he enjoys it. I got a pretty good deal. X3 for $300 plus the $100 selfie stick plus a $100 SD card. And a good case for the camera. Oh, that's a good deal. You can create content. Just don't do it in the dark or extremely blinding light. What are we doing today? Gotta go get a pipe skid from Grant, and then we're gonna go out to, I don't know if I'm just getting one or getting two. Usually it's two. So pipe skid, and then we'll go out to the powerhouse, drop that, and then we gotta circle around and get some water gear to bring back to one of the two, Torrent or Tsunami. I didn't, hey F-150, we're at the same red light. What's up? Bring it back to town. Whether it be Eckville or it'll be a Red Deer one. I can't remember Tsunami or Torrent. I just remember a T. It is 0 right now, which is nice. Put in my headlights yesterday. So far I'm gonna say you get what you pay for. So they were $28 for the pair, and they are absolute garbage. My headlights are filthy right now. I have not washed my truck all winter because that's just how I roll. I'm like, this is the winter beater. And when you oil your truck, you're not supposed to wash it technically. Not that I'm going to save its rust or anything. It's definitely rusty, and it's not going to get any better. I'm just trying to postpone the rod, you know? I should have done it way earlier, you know, at about the time when it started to bubble around the wheel well, and I was like, I was like, I should have done something then. At the first bubble, you know? Like, it got away from me, and it got to the point where I'm like, oh, it's fucked. I'm like, I'll just do box sides. And it never happened. And then the price of box sides is fucking to the moon, so I was just like, nor do I have a garage to do it in, because I'm not paying somebody to do it for like fucking $8,500 by the time they change the box sides and paint shit. Hey, look, I'm right behind all the guys that are impatient. So yeah, here's another thing. I'm changing the headlight bulb, so I'm like, I pull the headlights, which is just 3 10 mils and one little clip, and you know, they come out pretty easy. And pull them out. Yeah, they're fucking garbage. They're supposed to be 6,500, but they are absolute shit. I still need to aim one, and I was just like, pretty hard to aim one in the daylight. And I don't know if I can reach the adjuster screws with them in the fucking truck. So I'm just like, how? I'm gonna have to start off with I wanted the oxidos, because that's what I put in the wife's van. Did it do fog? Yeah, fog lights and low beams, and they're awesome. I'm like, yeah. My wife is like super stoked about it. She's like, I love my new headlights. Why did you do that a long time ago? Because I'm lazy. Probably prices were high then too. I've had that van for like 11 years. It's starting to fall apart. I'm like, we better start thinking about maybe, like, you know, maybe get a new vehicle for you. She's like, I love my van. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't love fixing stuff all the time. It's not been too bad. The engine's been fine. It's a timing chain engine, and I see lots of them getting to like 270, almost 300,000 K. We're only at like 180. I'm just like, you know, it's gonna be like to the point where like we don't have a family dependable vehicle that we can like, all right, we're going on a holiday because they want to go to like Three Valley Gap again this summer, and I'm just like, I'm like fully loaded minivan going on highway trips. The headlights aren't too bad. They're not. The pavement is damp too. They're not blowing me away by any means. But anyways, you know, I get anxiety about, I'm like, oh, high mileage stuff, road trips, which is weird because I drive a high mileage rig, but I don't have to worry about if I break down or if it breaks. It's not my problem. Another reason why I love being an employee, not an owner. I would probably be too stressed and would not sleep about stuff. Basically got my reset in finally. And now we're back to work. What is it? It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's freaking Tuesday. Cutoff is, that's Wednesday. Cut off on Saturday. I only got 100 hours. I'm like, okay, guys, load me up. Let's see what we got. I'm not using my phone and driving. It's AI edited in Mexico. 96 hours. 3 more days to cut off. I need 3 full days to make it worthy. It's been kind of slow lately. It hasn't been like super busy. Like I was busy. I probably could have worked more, and I'm just like, dude, I'm like, I'm out of hours. Been bouncing off just what little bit of hours I had left from the previous 2 weeks, you know? Truck should be clean. Maybe somebody used it. I washed it before I parked it. High hopes of it being clean still. Yo. Ah, yes. Been getting asked a few times, like, how come can you give us some cold starts? I'm like, it's never cold. It's inside. It's like 19 above in here. 18. According to what my truck says. So here's your cold start. Set my clocks. Well, that's cool. Fuck! Well, there's your fucking cold start. This truck's never been dead. I leave the batteries on all the time. Run some volt test. The batteries are full, so I turn on the key and the gauge goes up to like 13.5. Probably would go to 14 if I left the key on long enough. That's with the charger off, obviously. So yeah. He was just saying that they were fucking when they changed my starter when I had those issues. Yeah. He said they were watching the starter when they were turning it over and the case was moving like it was loose. So that's why they changed the starter. I'm like, I have had a brand new factory Kenworth starter put in because last year we put in a remand and I started it and then I went to I did something, came back and I was like, something sounds weird, and then I turned it off and it was stuck turning over. I ought to come out and turn off the batteries and it stopped turning over. So that's when we got rid of the remand that I had for a couple of weeks and put in a factory Kenworth one, and it's been great. But right when it rains, it pours. Ground's loose on the starter, so we got a bad ground. That's all it is. I'm assuming it's that pipe skid, always is. There's some miscellaneous. This is kind of in my way, so looks like they've been throwing that around with the loader. I'm early. I thought I had to be here for 7, and I looked when I just left the yard, and it's like, no, 7:30. I'm like, oh, I'm not even late. It's not even a winch on load. We'll have to re-spool if we got a deck down to get water gear now. Bro offered to hold tension. Those weren't beer cans. So yeah, this is a knockout tank, so the guy said. Not that I know much about them, it's just a tiny little dude. And then we got a pipe skid, which, okay, I was just looking at this pipe in the mirror, I'm like, it's all locked in. I'm gonna put the strap on the pipe instead of over the top, because the top, it's not bad, but it's kind of sharp. It's a pretty big load for my truck. Ooh, that's on there good enough. Shouldn't burn too much fuel, that's cool. So yeah, out to the powerhouse, we were, what did we go there? Oh, it's lost footage anyway, so you guys weren't there before. I was, I filmed it. From here, I might as well take the Sunchild, I guess. It's no, yeah, no. I don't know which way to go. It's by by Lodgepole, and my rule of thumb, if it's Lodgepole, I usually go through Drayton. If it's like if I'm on the other side of the dam or Elk River, I always go Sunchild. Fuck it, we'll go the other way. I'm light. Sunchild sucks because there's so many hills and it's only 90 kilometers an hour, which most people don't do that speed limit anyway. I'm just like, man, why? Why? A lot of times when they cut roads through reserves and stuff, it's always 90 kilometers an hour. Like Highway 43 before it was twinned through from Valley View, not Crooked Creek, I think, somewhere abouts. It used to be 90 in two lane, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know what to spend my newfound money on. I got $500 to burn, and I got some incoming money, so I'm just like, man, what? I need 2 more cameras. I need to update so I can get rid of this pile of shit that I still like using, but it's such a turd. And the quality now compared to the rest of the cameras is just like extremely horrible, but the options are kind of slim. It's like you buy the newer version of that, which it's almost the size of an action camera where the pod comes out. DJI has one that is just like a miniature scale of like the DJI camera, except for it separates from the housing, it just clips on top. But you know, I'm itching to buy because I got a couple bucks. I'm like, well, I gotta keep updating. Well, once I'm done updating, I was supposed to sell the cameras to use the extra cash to buy a better Mac Mini, but I just couldn't wait. So I bought it anyways. Because the cameras were, I thought the cameras would sell pretty quick because I was asking a pretty reasonable price.
up on the 1-5 compressor road at 2.5.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Vac truck is back on site.
Copy.
schmozzle. I'm shitty at hauling these. I've never hauled them before, but I'm sure they should be kind of probably different. Probably should have staggered them all 45. I'd use boomers I haven't used in a while. Let me just tell you, they needed some servicing. No, I don't service my boomers every week. Who's got time for that? Not I. Definitely don't have time for that. Dogs out. Brake on. Gear in. Take it out of first.
Pick up 19 DI.
Brake check. Trailer didn't fall off. We should be alright.
On the back. Loaded low by forward.
I'm leaving.
You have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Loaded pickup 18 DI.
So warm out right now.
Everybody go 3.
A little too fast. It's muddy now. Hopefully just right here. Loaded low boy getting on the D high at 14 and a half.
Loaded low by 2 boundary. Loaded pickup Clarence behind 16.
Alright, back to town. Get this unloaded. He's texting me already. When are you going to be at Tsunami? 2.5 hours. So maybe there's some more BS I gotta load while I'm there and take out. what do we got? Just glorious stuff here. A bunch of these little Magnum pumps. Always my favorite. Looks like the legs are gonna break off of them all the time. I just hate hauling anything that's got suspension and tires. Should be alright. Wait. And that's pretty much what I got a whole load of. Doesn't matter how tight you get these, it just doesn't fucking stop. I'm gonna get one more. Like hauling one 400 barrel tank, so that's frost heater, supersized Herman Nelson basically. It's just a trailer, it's got a filter on it, hoses, tarps, toolbox, and a bunch of assorted hoses back here. It's strapped down before I loaded it because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be hard for me to do something with that once it's on the trailer. And you know, oh, that's seized. No ramps in there anyways. It's warming up, it's melting. It should make her to town now. Yeah, I think I would have won better if I would have put all these Magnums on. Just 45 across the trailer, 1, 2, 3. I don't know, I've never hauled these little tiny things before. Wheeler hand gets small load. You guys remember that time the air compressor line blew out of the back of the air compressor and then we JB welded it in minus 35, and it's completely held until right this second. I was just on the end of the passing lane before 22 and 39 that goes south, and I just got to the top and off the throttle right away, sound goes away. I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what that is. Pulled over at the end of the passing lane. Looked underneath the hood. Rail supervisor. Distance catch-up's pretty good at holding there. Well, I just gave my trailer to Dad there. We just airing up the truck. I aired it up, had the brakes released, so should be good. We can go to Torrent, unload this, and I get back to the yard, and then someone will, I don't know. I don't know. I already got a job for tomorrow, so he's didn't put a tractor number though. Usually he doesn't, it just puts trailers. So we'll rather be getting it fixed tonight because there's mechanics now. They do shift work. There's like 5 a.m. till noon. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's got to be like 2 or something. And then they shift change, and then from 2 to like 7. Unless something like this happens, then they're kind of there later, which does happen a lot. I show up there at like 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, you guys are still here working. So yeah, we just been, I just put my airline on my tanks and fill them up. We just stopped at Alside Corner and filled up again because we had to turn around instead of doing a whole detour. So I was stop, brakes, and then decking off the trailer, brakes. So I left there with like 90 and got to Alside 85, 86 or so. So pull over there. And then we don't have to stop in between here. Should be able to make Agville, no problem. Or not Agville. Back to Black Falls, no problem. As long as I don't have to touch the brakes, you know? Rely on this strong engine brake I got. Doing good here. Just went through Rimby. Just a sliver under 100 pounds. We're here. Engine fan just came on. Comes on at like 90. Just kind of a bugger. But now we'll unload. Came without to help. All my rigging's on there. There's no point in trying to dig it all out in the morning. Oh!